Hey everyone, just Jessie here. How are you today? I'm well. You might be wondering, where'd you go? I've been here. Life just got crazy busy. And then the end of May is always a little tough. It's the anniversary of my mom's passing. It's been 12 years, and some years are easier than others. This year it hit hard, I think maybe because my son has just been going through some big milestones and has had some pretty big, awesome accomplishments. And I just know that she would have been over the moon, happy for him. And if she could not have been here in person, she would have been looking forward to videos and phone calls. And so, yeah, it just makes me, it still makes me tear up a little. She passed away right before he started kindergarten, and we're going into senior year of high school this fall. So yeah, she's missed out on all of it, and sometimes it just hits hard, I mean, I know she's here in my heart and spirit, but I'd have loved to be able to call her and tell her all the things he's doing and learning and, driving and working and just, I don't know. Anyway, so I haven't really been making videos very much because I've just been kind of doing my own thing. My son's been keeping me busy. My new job's been keeping me really busy, which is awesome. I love it. And I have been diamond painting, not as much. I have been playing 2 video games, Skyrim, which has had my heart for years and years and years. I've never actually finished the game. I've always played and kind of explored and done side quests, so I'm working on that. And then I got into Stardew Valley, which is like I don't know, it's my brain went blank. It's kind of like that, it's just like a little farming game. You have a farm and you can go mine for minerals, or you can fish in lakes. It reminds me of, so Stardew Valley kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing. That's what I was trying to remember. You just kind of have your own little farm, your little house. You can, get the materials to add on to it or to build different buildings. So you can have like cows and chickens and stuff. It's fun. It's just one of those where you can kind of turn your brain off. I mute the TV and I put on an audiobook and play. And it's one of those games, both of them, Skyrim and Stardew Valley, are 2 games where I have to set a timer on my phone, or else I'll just play and lose hours. And I have a great time, and then I feel super guilty. Anyway, let's get to diamond painting. So I am working, well, first I wanted to show you my new mouse pad. Isn't that cute? I bought it, I don't remember where I got it. I bought it online with a bunch of stationery stuff to give to my friend for her birthday next month. And then I bought myself a new mouse pad because my old one was from my old company and it just was beat up and looking gross. I am working on, I'm going to show you here's the top half, the first row. This is called Incognito by Pixie Sticks, and here is what it's going to look like. I started this the beginning of June, and I'm thinking I might get this and frame it for a friend, or make it and then frame it for a friend. So I'm going to kind of move you up a little bit. There we go. All right. And then we're just going to work on this section right here. So I'm going to slide you over a little. Sorry, I'm kind of still, I have a new setup, a new to me setup I'm working on. I wanted to show you how, let me put this back on. I wanted to show you how I kitted this up, because I did this different than my Diamond Art Club storage kits. This big case right here zips up, and you will see, here we go. I'm using the Tray Bricks trays that I got off of Amazon from Cat Eared. I'll link them down below. And I really, really like them. So all of my drills are in the trays. So all you do is you pop the lid open, you can shake your drills down, and then you just work right out of it. And then when you don't need it anymore, oops, hold on, I got a drill on my finger. You just pop it back in. So these are considered the large trays, and this thing holds, sorry, I went a little too fast, huh? I'm sorry, if you get motion sick easy, I'll go slower. This holds 60 of the large trays. And I love it. Sometimes when my desk is more cluttered than normal, I'll just pull out what I need and then stack them up. But I like it a lot. In fact, you can even really stand it up and work on it, work out of it if you want to. In fact, I'm going to stand it up and I'll show you how that looks. Hold up one second. So see, I can stand it up. Pardon the scratches on the wall behind my desk, cats. All right, so I'm going to be working on this section right here. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see better. Sorry for the bouncing. Bounce, 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 bounce. Okay. I am not going to use the light pad. Let me see. I am going to use the light pad. I use the light pad because I feel like it helps my eyes stop from being strained. And I'm still using my green sparkly twist and pick pen from Diamond Art Club with the slanted 6-place multi-placer. That's what it looks like. Yeah. And I'm still using this right here. This is from Art Dot. I got on Amazon. It's the blue, I think it's called like wax putty or putty wax. I don't really remember. Love it. I really enjoy it. Okay, hold on one second. Kind of trying to fix my lines here so I don't, okay. So this is a round drill kit. And it's working up super fast. I'm having a lot of fun. The only thing I've noticed, and this could be because this is kind of an older version of this canvas, it's hard to multi-place and have it looking nice and neat. So I do mostly single place. Just if you see me doing that, that's why I'm doing it. And I'm going to pull my first color. Let's see how this works standing up. Oh, not so bad. So yes, life has been busy. My son is out of school. He got out a few weeks ago for summer break. He's been working a little bit more than he was while school was in session, which is awesome. He drives himself to work and drives home. And I swear, like every day that he's not working, he makes plans with friends to do something. And he's not allowed to drive all over town. He's got a small radius where he's allowed to drive around, but that doesn't stop him. He can go pick up his friends because they live close by, and he can drive. They can go get something to eat. They can go to Target. And they can just do a few things, and he's having fun. I have been working. I'm still kind of in training. This is my last week. I'll be taking over my site, my assigned sites, starting this week actually. I have meetings. I have so many meetings this week where I meet with the sites that I'm taking over just to kind of let them know, hey, here on out, I'll be your go-to for all things regulatory for your studies. So that's been fun. It's fun to be able to finally start helping because the team that has been there has been really busy, and I've just always felt a little guilty that, you know, they're swamped with work and I'm just, you know, can I help with anything? And sometimes, I mean, I know I've been on the other side, right? Like you can be super busy, but it almost takes more time to stop and figure out like what someone can help you with rather than just going right down your to-do list. So I get it. I have been helping out wherever I can, and it's been fun. I really, really have been enjoying the company that I work for. I've really enjoyed the level of involvement that I've seen from upper management. And it's not just like level of involvement where you feel scared to be called on or talk. Like they want you, they will call on you. They expect you to bring up any issues that you need help with. But then on the other hand, though, like they will actually help you and figure out and get involved. And I like that. I like that they're there to provide support. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. So good. Gearing up in August, we will all get together. The whole company is going to get together for a few days for some, you know, company-wide training, and then we'll break up into our teams and do some team trainings, and then kind of explore where our headquarters are, go out to eat, have some fun for a few days, you know, work hard, play hard, I guess. We'll see. So I'm really excited about that. It's a town I haven't been to. I'm probably not going to stay right now just because my company is still kind of new to me and I just don't really want to put it on blast. But really, really happy with my new job. And it's amazing when you're not stressed to the limit, right? How you feel at the end of the day. Like I have energy. I'm back into working out. I row at least 20, 30 minutes, sometimes more. Try to do it every day. Some days I don't. Like the other day, I got done with work a little early because I'd been putting in some extra hours to help with something. And sat down after I cooked dinner and started playing Stardew Valley. And then the next thing I knew, it was like bedtime because I did not put on a timer. So I completely didn't even think about working out. I usually work out when I get done with work. I try to tell myself, like, I don't know about you guys. I wish I was a morning wake up and work out person. And I can be. I can make myself. I just don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I get grumpy. I do like the feeling after, right? 'Cause I like getting kind of like knocking it out of the way and feeling accomplished for the rest of the day. But I feel more energized towards the like in the afternoon or evening. So usually I will work out right when I'm done with work, right before. So before I start dinner, it's usually when I try to work out, and I'm happy that way. Like that makes me happy. So yeah. So let's see what we're in June. So in May, yeah, I think it was like the end of April, beginning of May, my son won some awards for a short film that he wrote and directed. He was in this film class where they all, for their semester-long project, they all wrote, well, those who were interested wrote scripts, and then the class voted on it and picked his script to produce for a film festival that we had. And the film festival was really cool. It was for all of Louisiana. So there's two portions. There's the like grown-up portion, which I don't know if that's started yet. And then there was the junior portion, which was for middle schools and also for high schools. And that was open to any school in Louisiana. They could participate. All they had to do was have a sponsor. So his class participated, and his film ended up tying for best horror in the high school division. And I thought that was pretty cool. Or was it horror or thriller? I don't remember. Anyway, I thought it was super cool because he did not have fun making this film. It was really stressful to him. He was doing lots of rewrites all the time on the script, and he felt like the teacher was not really listening to his vision, and he, thought the editing was terrible. He just was not happy with the final product. So when it won, it kind of, I don't know how to say it validated him, but it kind of made him see like, he was too in his head about it, because that film actually was one of the better ones out of all of the ones that we saw. The film festival was really neat. It was over a weekend, and the way they did it was they had, let's say, 3 conference rooms, 3 auditoriums, and set show times, and you could go to the different auditoriums at the different show times and watch an hour-long feature of all, like, let's say 9, was it 9? The films had to be no more than 8 minutes long, and so you had X amount of films for that 60 minutes. And then at the end, you would scan a QR code and vote for, like, the audience choice. And then there was also the judges who picked the best of categories. And then the audiences picked, I think there was like an audience choice, people's choice. I don't remember what they called it. He didn't win that one. He won a judged one. And so in that group of 8, 9 films that we watched that his film was in, like, it definitely was one of the better ones. And the cool thing was, it wasn't all just one genre. Like, we watched drama, we watched like a sci-fi. They did more like thriller, horror, slasher type than I expected, which was interesting, very interesting. There was one documentary that was actually really good. It was about a kid down in Baton Rouge who rides his bike, like does tricks and stuff on the bike, and how he does it to kind of escape the like the hard life that he lives, we'll say. And I thought it was really good. I wasn't surprised. That one won for best documentary. And like I said, my son's film tied, and I'll throw in some pictures. I won't throw in the video just because there are other people in it, and he isn't a huge fan of having his stuff out on the internet, although he said he did approve that I could show whatever I show, I'm allowed to show. So we did that. And then I want to say the week after that, a week or 2 after that, the school, so he took this film class at like a technical school, not quite a technical college, but kind of like a technical college where there's all sorts of classes kids can take. There's like automotive, kind of like Votech. I don't know if it is Votech. Anyway, they have like culinary stuff, graphic arts, film, all sorts of stuff, and they can take it. And I think they end up getting like some college credit for it, but it's not at a local college. It's at a different type of school. And at the end of the school year, they have a showcase of all of the different artsy stuff, I guess. And I think they have a cook-off, if I remember correctly. I'll have to ask it. Anyway, his film won for the showcase, and he had this really cool award. Really liked it. He took it home. He said he got it because he wrote and directed it, so the class said he could keep the award. And he was really proud of that. And that's just, I mean, that's kind of helps him validate him, because he really wants to do film and TV directing and writing. Like, that's really what he wants. It worries my mom a heart because, you know, I know that life is hard, and I know that something like that is kind of hard to succeed in, you know, like, but I also know that it's possible. So I think, you know, he has got that passion for it now, so we'll see. I just love seeing him succeed at things, as I think most parents do. And then after that, a few weeks, I don't even remember anymore, before school got out for the summer, he had his ring ding. So I never knew what ring ding was. I didn't have ring ding. I didn't do ring ding. So if you don't know what ring ding is, that's basically where it happens shortly after the seniors finish the last day of school. And hold on, I'm going to reach over here. And so after the seniors are done with school, right? They haven't graduated. Graduation hasn't occurred yet, but they're not going to school anymore. The juniors have ring ding, and that's basically where they get their it's like they officially become seniors before school ends for the year. And then that's where they're presented with their class rings if they ordered them or whatever they may have ordered. So he did not want a class ring. And at first he really didn't want to go to Ring Ding, but the rest of his friends really wanted to go. So him and his dad ended up picking out a watch. And yeah, he picked out this watch, and his dad got it engraved with his initials and his graduation year on the back of it. And I liked that. I thought it was a smart choice. When we talked about, you know, school rings, he asked me what I thought, and I told him, well, I didn't get a school ring. I kind of graduated a little differently. I went to, I won't really say an alternative school, but it was an alternative to normal high school, we'll say. And I mean, I graduated in a class of 4 people. So I didn't really have an affiliation with the big high school, and I just didn't really care about a school ring. His dad, I don't think his dad got a school ring. His dad graduated from a regular high school, but I think he thought Ring Ding was dumb, so he didn't do it. So, you know, I told him I'd support him, whatever. And if he wanted a ring, we'd buy him a ring. But he decided on the watch, and I think that was a really good choice. That's something that'll last. And, you know, I told him a lot of people that I knew got the school class rings, wore it their senior year of high school, and then never wore it again. So I think a watch is something. It's a nice watch. It's classic. He can wear it, you know, when he doesn't feel like wearing his smartwatch. He got a normal watch, and he knows how to tell time, which is great. I don't know if I taught him, so somehow he learned. I don't remember. I must have taught him. Someone taught him. That was fun. I actually cried more. I cried more when he won his award for his film than I did when he walked across the stage and got his little bag for Ring Ding. But I did cry. I was a little emotional because he's my only baby, and he's growing up. He'll be 18 in October. Like, he's not a baby anymore, but he's a good egg. Like, I'm super proud of him. I don't know if you can tell. And then he finished school. I went to a concert at the end of May. I had planned to go to this concert. I forgot to buy tickets, and then I just got an email like, hey, tickets are still available for the concert tonight. And I was like, oh, shoot. So I went online, and I treated myself to a floor seat. Tickets weren't too bad. And I got to see Bonnie Raitt. Now, Bonnie Raitt is like one of the best blues guitar players around. I mean, everyone's got to know Bonnie Raitt, right? I first started listening to her when I was in junior high. I lived with my dad for a little while, and he would play one of her CDs, Something to Talk About. It's the one with that song on it. And I ended up acquiring his CD when I ended up moving to Florida for high school. I took custody of that CD. And it just led me on a path of loving her. And let me tell you what, worth it. I only have one picture that I was able to take because they were very strict. No pictures, no videos. They were calling people out. I mean, they were seriously watching out for it. And I respect it. I mean, she said that she really just wanted people to enjoy the concert, and she didn't want to look out in the audience and see nothing but video cameras and phones pointed in her direction. So I respect it. And I'll tell you what, I had a great time. I was on the floor 3 rows from the stage. The guy to my left had come up from a small town in South Louisiana. We ended up talking because I had got there a little late, and I was trying to get to my seat, and I tripped over his foot and practically fell in his lap. So I apologize for, getting up close and personal with him, because we were jam-packed in there on the floor. for our seats. And so I got there right towards the end of the opening act. And he and I ended up just kind of chit-chatting while they were fixing the stage, and he was real nice. And then the other guy, the guy to the right of me, was this older gentleman who's there on a date with this woman, older woman. And they were real cute, real nice, funny. And they cracked me up because they kept trying to sneak pictures and video throughout the night, but they were terrible at it. Like, he could never figure out how to get his camera to work. He would open up his phone, and his brightness was set to like the sun, so bright. And he kept trying to, I don't know why, he just couldn't get his phone to work, his camera to turn on. And then she managed to get her camera to turn on her phone, but for some reason the flashlight stayed on and also, so every time she tried to point the phone to take a picture, she was shining her flashlight everywhere. So they failed every time they tried to take a picture. And I guess I could have been nice and offered to take a picture for them, but frankly, I was not about to get into trouble to take a picture during that concert. I was there to enjoy it, and I did. I had a blast. She played my favorite songs. She told some great stories, and if you ever get the chance to see good old Bonnie Raitt play, I say go for it. You're not going to be disappointed. She was amazing, amazing. She was definitely one of the ones on my bucket list, and I'm so happy I was able to go. So happy. And I don't mind going to concerts by myself. I'm sure that if I had reached out to some friends, they would have dropped everything to go. But honestly, it was such a last minute thing that I just decided, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to this concert. And so I went, and I had a great time. Awesome time. My next concert isn't right now until September. I'm gonna go see the Red Clay Strays in Dallas. I'm super excited. I do have 2 tickets to that, but the person I thought was gonna go probably isn't. So I don't know. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. I might go by myself. I might sell that second ticket, or I might just go by myself. We'll see. I don't care. I have fun at concerts. And was that it? Is that all we've been doing? Yeah, I think so. I've been doing grown-up things this last week. I made an appointment to get the new tires put on my car tomorrow. And then Friday, a friend's gonna drop me off so I can go get my windshield replaced at this one place in town. I had called a few places the other week to get quotes. And one guy quoted me about $900 to replace the windshield. And in my head, I had figured it was going to be about $1,000 because it's one of those smart windshields. It's going to have to be recalibrated, and so I was like, oh man, okay, $900 is better than $1,000. But then I decided to call this one place that is closer to me. And that long time ago, back when I was in my early 20s, before I could legally drink, I worked at a bank as a teller, and I used to do the bank deposits, the drive-through deposits, and I would do the drive-through deposits for this one glass company that is locally owned, and I just happened to remember, and so I called them and got a quote from the lady. And it was a lot less than what the guy at the other place quoted me. And she was super nice. She's one of those who likes to share. I learned all about her while I was on the phone with her. But I'm going to go do that Friday. And then I think that's it for the car. Like, it's all going to be good. I'll feel much better with my son driving it now. And yeah. All right, well, that's my life update. Diamond painting. I just finished filming a diamond painting video for what I bought during the Diamond Art Club 7th anniversary sale the other weekend. I officially put myself back on a no-buy. A very strict low-buy. I don't say I'm on a no-buy just because I don't do well with strong restrictions, I end up usually rebelling or getting really mad and rebelling. So even with like diet hobbies, I just set limits. So my limits for this is that it has to be something that I just really, 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 really want. And I have to have the money in my savings account. And with the fact that the part-time job I'd been working is done for the season, the hockey season's over, arena football season's over, you know, that just means that I have a few months to go before those seasons pick up again, and then I will have more money to put in my diamond painting savings account, which is fine. I have more than enough diamond paintings. I don't need any more. But I like having the option that if something really, really good comes up, I'll be able to buy it. I have some points saved up, and I have a gift card for an emergency. Diamond painting emergency. But I'm good. So anyway, I filmed that. I just have to put it all together because I had to film it kind of in pieces. I filmed it, part of it during my lunch break, and then I got a message from my boss who said that she had scheduled a couple of meetings that hadn't been on my calendar. So I kind of had to come back from lunch early so I could hop onto those calls. So then when I was done with work, I finished that one. I finished, I can't remember, I think, when did I finish Biological Key? Was it in April? I finished two diamond paintings, maybe 3 in May. I finished Black Cat Night, which is awesome because that's a present for a friend. And I finished Written in the Stars, which was my May kit. So that's awesome. That's finished. And I plan to do quick reviews of those. I really didn't work a ton on my WIPs. Oh my gosh, it's been so long that I don't even remember what I had told you my plan was. So I still have a lot of WIPs, but I've been kind of working on being a little more monogamous with my WIPs. Like not having 5 million going at one time. Okay, let me tell you. So for the month of May, I think my goal was to work on Written in the Stars and Black Cat Night. And I did. And I finished those. I finished Written in the Stars the very last day of May because I really didn't diamond paint all that much in May. Now I can't remember. I honestly can't remember when I finished Biological Key, but I finished those 3. Anyway, whatever. For June so far, I've been working on this kit just because I wanted something with rounds and I kind of wanted a smaller, easy to do, achievable kit. And that's my June project. And then I've been really kind of working on Witchy Greenhouse when I haven't been working on this. And I would like to try to get her finished. And that will leave me with Halloween Mystery, Afternoon Chic, my cat fedora from Uni Made, and the slow project that is the spring mystery kit from Jada Gem Shop. And that one is one where I'm filming it from start to finish. Not filming it as I'm working on it, but my plan, I've done the unboxing, I've filmed the kitting up, I don't remember. And then I plan to, I think so. And then I plan to film an update as I finish each row. Just because it's a mystery kit and I decided that's how I'm going to do mysteries. I don't really want to ruin them. And then I'll release it once she releases the next season's mystery kit, which, shoot, the rate I'm going, it should be soon, right? Because we're almost in summer. So, yeah. I just decided I kind of want to, well, I'm having a really hard time picking what kits I want to work on. So I decided since I'm having a hard time picking, I'm just going to go ahead and focus on my ones that I've been working on. So I start one new kit so far, it seems like, in the month, and then I work on one WIP for now. I don't know. It's just fluid. It's just kind of going with the flow, whatever I'm feeling. Next month, I think I know what kit I want to work on. I just haven't, I don't know, I haven't fully committed to it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to work on every kit that I have. And so I think that's the hard part. So sometimes I'll go in and I'll pull some kits out of my closet and I'll look at them and I'll think, yeah, I'm going to work on that. And I'm thinking, not yet. And I put it back. I've done that a lot. One of the new ones I got from the Diamond Art Club anniversary sale is one that I really want to work on. I don't know. There's another kit that I really want to work on. It's just big. It's got a lot of color to it. And I think it's going to take a long time. And I don't know. I'll think about it. Do you ever have that problem? Like it's almost decision fatigue. Like so many choices that I just choose nothing. I think that's why I like using the picker wheel, because then I don't have to worry about it. I'll just let something pick for me and then I'm done. And I might do that again. I might pull some kits that I keep thinking about, and then maybe I'll let the picker wheel pick, because I have, once I show you my finished products, here's my plan. I'm going to talk and diamond paint, Jesse. I'm going to make a video soon, hopefully tomorrow, where I show you like what I worked on in May, what I finished. And then I want to make a video showing you the different options you can do for once you finished a kit, right? Because there's a few different things you can do. And then I will have three storage systems free. So I could actually technically pick 3 kits to start, but I don't think I will. I don't know. See, I just don't know. I would like to just kind of knock out some of the WIPs and then kind of pare down a little bit going into the last half of the year, so I don't start the year with a whole bunch of WIPs. But I don't know. It's honestly just however I feel. Wherever the wind takes me, that's where I'll go. And that's diamond painting. YouTube, I want to say thank you to all of you that have been subscribing and have been watching videos. Thank you so much. It really it tickles my heart. Like I do have fun making videos, and I've missed making videos. I just haven't really had the joy to do it. Like I said, I was fighting a little bit of the SADs at the end of May, and I think it's okay. Like I always tell my son, it's okay to have sad feelings, because you know that it's not, it's okay to have them, because that's just life, right? And I feel I definitely feel like I'm out of that I don't know, funk. I'm out of the funk. I have more energy. Like I said, I got back into rowing, which rowing for me is the best workout. Like I feel so happy. Not getting there sometimes. I feel so happy afterwards. Like today, okay, let's see. Saturday, I got on and decided I would just do an unguided row. So I have a hydro, which is stupid expensive, but I had saved up the money for it, and I knew that I really liked rowing. That's the one I wanted. That's the one I got about a year and a half ago. Anyway, so they have different types of workouts. They have guided workouts, and then they have different levels of the guided workouts. So you could have like breathe is like the light effort, where you're still working out, but you're not breaking a big sweat. And it really helps, those really help kind of reset form and help you focus back on activating all the correct muscle groups at the correct time. And then the sweat is like your moderate, right? So you still have time to focus on your form. And I really like, that's why I like the guided workouts, because they help me remember to sit up straight, to use my legs, not to hunch over, to breathe sometimes, right? So I like those. And that's the sweat. So you have breathe, you have sweat, and then you have drive. And drive is like maximum effort. Like you are going to go full out and you're going to be sweating hard and breathing hard at the end of it. And those are hard and fun and challenging. Those are the 3 different guided workouts. Then they have journeys, which are unguided workouts. And that's just where it's the boat on a body of water. There's a bunch of different ones, and for different time durations. So Saturday I sat down and I really just felt like putting on my audiobooks. I was almost done with this audiobook I've been listening to. And I picked a 45-minute row journey, and I just rode for 45 minutes, and I told myself, you know, like, all right, you're just going to pick this pace, and you're just going to try to stick at this pace the whole time. So I picked a pace that I was comfortable at, that was effort, but not me feeling like I couldn't breathe anymore, right? So I was still breathing heavier than normal at the end of it and sweaty, but not gasping for air, feeling like I'm about to pass out. I did that row Saturday and finished the audiobook, and it was really awesome. Both the audiobook and the row. I didn't row yesterday. I just was tired, didn't feel like it. So I gave myself grace and didn't row. Today I rowed and I did a 30-minute sweat. They have this really great program that I just started up again. It's for endurance. And so today was a 30-minute sweat, so a moderate effort. And it's funny, like, so starting out, I was like, oh, this is too slow. I'm not going to get a workout. And at the end of it, I was like, well, yeah, I got a workout. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I'm going to row tomorrow. I just don't know if I'm going to do a longer journey and set my own pace, or if I'll just do the second day of the endurance program, or I just feel like doing something else. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I just kind of, as long as I'm rowing, it doesn't really matter. I'm having fun. I love it. They say it works 86% of your muscle group. 86% of your muscles. I don't know. I just know that I have tried to get back into running. I used to run when I was in high school and out of high school, and I try to get back into it, and I hate it. I just don't like it. I don't find the fun that I used to find in it. I don't find the runners high. It's just not, I'd rather walk. And the only bad thing about Louisiana, I can only be outside for so long in the heat of summer. It gets to be unbearable. So that's why I like indoor workouts. My absolute favorite is swimming laps. Slowly swimming laps. Hey, can you not? Sorry, one of the cats decided all of a sudden she has to see what I'm doing. She's ignored me all day. Had nothing to do with me. All right, we're gonna try this again. This cat has ignored me all day and now has decided, I guess because I'm doing something kind of different, she wants to see what I'm up to. All right, where was I? Oh, swimming laps. Slowly swimming laps. That's my favorite thing. But the closest indoor pool is just too far from me. So that's kind of out of the question now. I used to, back when I worked closer to that gym, it was the YMCA, I would go on my lunch break, back when we had hour-long lunch breaks, I would go and swim for 30, 40 minutes and then come back for the rest of my day. Loved it. But rowing is just, I don't know. It's just my thing. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I wish that I was more consistent. That's what I'm working on now, is consistency. At the end of the month, I would like to have more on days than off days. And then next month, I'd like to have more on days than I did in June. So like, I feel like June is going to be my baseline, and we're going to go from there and just see what we can do until the end of the year. And then next year, we're going to see what we can do. So yeah. All right. I'm going to wrap this up soon because I feel like I've been talking for a while. Okay, books. I finished The Sword Catcher by Cassandra Clare on audiobook. And I started the second book called The Rag Picker King, and I've really been enjoying that. The hard part with that is that I've been listening to it on my Spotify because I have a Spotify subscription, and you get 15 hours of audiobooks each billing cycle. So the tough thing, though, is when you're listening to a really good audiobook and you run out of your 15 hours and you have 20-something days left. So that's what is currently happening with Rag Picker King. I think there's like 3 or 4 hours left in the audiobook, but I ran out of listening time and I refused to spend more money to get more listening time. So I'm just going to have to sit tight till next month. I think till the end of this month. And then I'll have more listening time, which is fine. So, okay, I listened to that. I really enjoyed Swordcatcher. Rag Picker King kind of got off to a slow start, but it's picking up now. Of course, when I run out of listening time, it's really picking up. But that's okay. I kind of think I know, like, I'm really kind of frustrated with one thing. Like, I feel like it's that trope, where like some conversations need to be had and they're not being had. And so I know that that's going to lead to misunderstandings and conflict that is unnecessary, but is probably necessary for the book to get to the next chapter, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's coming. Like, I feel like there were opportunities for some characters to have a good conversation and clear the air, but for various reasons it didn't happen, and now I think it's all going to go bite them in the butt. But I guess that's just, I think this is the second book in a 3-book series, so I feel like it's going to end where you feel like the characters maybe aren't in the best place that they could be, or that you want to see them in, just so you'll pick up the next book when it finally comes out, whenever that is. But that's okay. I've really been enjoying the journey. I enjoy the narrators. I enjoy the main characters still. Like I said, sometimes that trope just kind of gets annoying, because it's like, oh, you really need to speak up, dude, and you're not, and now something's going to happen and it's going to bite you in the butt. But it is what it is. It's good. I highly recommend it, and I don't always highly recommend books. So I ran out of listening time, and then I was reading a book on Kindle Unlimited, because I have that subscription, and I noticed that you could listen to a book. And so I through Audible, some of the Kindle Unlimited books also have the ability to listen without having to use a credit or buy it. So I listened to one that kept me gripped. It's by John Mars. It's called You Killed Me First. And it was really good, really good. The audiobook just kept me super intrigued, and I kind of had one part figured out. So it's about these women who live in this neighborhood. One woman moves to the neighborhood, and then you meet the other 2 women who are like friends, but kind of frenemies, kind of like Desperate Housewives. You meet Margot, who's been living there and is kind of mean, self-centered. She is a former pop star. She was in a really popular pop band, like back when Britney Spears was super popular. And she ended up kind of having some scandal with this guy she met on a dancing show, kind of like Dancing with the Stars. They ended up falling in love, and he was engaged and like had 2 kids, and she was seeing a model type guy and caused scandal because they fell in love, and they ended up getting married, and she ended up having to move to the suburbs. She lost her career. She's kind of bitter. She didn't really want to have kids, and now she was stuck with his 2 kids. And then you meet Anna, who is in a kind of like a loveless marriage. She makes really pretty jewelry, but she's got really bad self-esteem issues, and something traumatic happened in her past. And then you meet Liv. Liv is the one who moved to the neighborhood, and she has twins. Her and her husband moved from London. This takes place in England. They moved to the neighborhood, and she has plans to open up like a yoga studio. And she comes from like a banking background, and takes a liking to Anna, and like kind of takes a disliking to Margot, which most people don't like Margot. Margot doesn't mince words, and she's kind of mean, but she's funny. Like, you want to dislike her, but sometimes you can't help but liking her and rooting for her at the same time. So it's really good. I enjoy. Sometimes his books are kind of hit or miss. His books are like that, where it's not just one point of view. So the chapters can alternate between Margot, Liv, and Anna, and so you kind of see things from their perspective, and it was good. It's really entertaining. I recommend it. I liked listening to it. I don't know about reading it. I think reading it, I would have jumped ahead to spoil myself, because I was concerned about one thing happening, and I would have read ahead and kind of spoiled the ending for me, because I do that, and it doesn't ruin a book for me, but I kind of liked not really being able to do that with an audiobook. So that's the one that kept me on the rowing machine longer than I originally thought I would row that day, because I was near the end of the book, and I just thought I would row and finish out the book. What else did I listen to? I listened to another one that was kind of a fantasy. What was that one called? Hold on, I'm looking it up on my Audible. I don't know if it was another one that had been... shoot. It was another one that had been on Kindle Unlimited, but 1,000 Recipes for Revenge by Beth Cato. So this one was interesting. It kept me entertained as well. This one is kind of a fantasy. It takes place in this world where the gods kind of imbue some people with special talent to like really taste food and imbue it with special powers, chefs, and they're kind of conscribed. So in this one kingdom, they're kind of like made to serve in the military and made to do whatever the king needs them to, and if they run away and get caught, they could lose their tongue. And it was interesting. It takes the 2 characters in this one is a woman, I don't remember her name, who is a rogue chef. She ran away and has been helping other chefs escape. And she's trying to take care of her grandma, who basically has like Alzheimer's. And then the other heroine in the story is a princess who's come to that kingdom by way of, she's going to be marrying the kingdom's only heir prince. And so she's trying to navigate the political aspect of this new kingdom, because her kingdom is kind of looked down upon, and she's looked down upon as like stupid and backwards, and so she's trying to figure out her place and navigate her way through this kind of hostile territory. And it was pretty good. I think I will definitely listen to the second book in the series. I liked their narration. I thought she did a good job, brought some good enthusiasm to it. So those are the 3 books that I listened to. Watching TV, I finished Amazing Race. I finished Survivor. I'm probably going to finish Top Chef. Can you not? I'm probably going to finish Top Chef this weekend. I think they just filmed the finale, the semi-finale last weekend, and they'll film the finale this week, I think. So I'll finish that probably this weekend. Oh, here's another show. I don't know if you have the Peacock subscription, I highly recommend Poker Face by with Natasha Lyonne in it. It's really good. They have the second season out, and I'm on the 4th episode, I think. So Poker Face is about this woman who has the innate ability to tell when people are lying to her. She just knows. And she's kind of like this free spirit, I'll go wherever the wind takes me type person. And she gets involved in the first season. She ends up kind of learning about something like mob bosses. She gets involved in like this hit, and she goes on the run. So each episode in that season is her in a different town, kind of like running into these situations where she ends up finding out like who did the murder of the week type thing. It's interesting, and the other cool part is the guest stars. There's all sorts of awesome guest stars in each episode, and the way the episodes start, it's really neat. So usually the episodes start with the victim alive, and then it leads up to the victim being unalived. And then you start to see, kind of like in a flashback, how Natasha Lyonne's character ends up entangled in that mess. So it's really good. The second season so far has been just as good as the first, and I'm looking forward to watching more of that. I highly recommend it if you like a good little murder mystery, but that one that doesn't really take itself too seriously. And if you have the Peacock Channel app. I don't know how else you could watch it. Movies, I watched The Accountant 2, and I really enjoyed that. I also watched the last Mission Impossible, and I didn't really enjoy that. I didn't hate it, but I definitely walked away wishing it had been just a little bit shorter. I felt like it was too long and a little too Tom Cruise, only you can save the world, which, I mean, yeah, I guess, but I felt a little too like he was the savior, the world savior for me. Yeah, which is a bummer, because I like those good old, I just like a good old action flick. Let me eat my popcorn and kind of set aside reality for a little bit, and it just, some of the scenes were just a little too unrealistic for even for me. And so, just kind of a bummer that like, if that's the last one, that's just a bummer that that's how it ended, because it wasn't as good as it could have been. I'll just say that. And then listening to music, Red Clay Strays. When I do listen to music, and it's not just my favorites, I haven't really been trying to find any new music lately. So if you have anything you just can't totally get out of your head, let me know and I'll check it out. I'm not really a snob when it comes to music. And that is it, y'all. Paper books. Oh, well, I guess back to reading. I did read one called The Favorites by Lane. I think Lane Fargo. Sorry, I was looking over at where my book is. The Favorites. So it is about an ice dancing couple. Like, it alternates between the female character, her name's Kat, and this like transcript of a documentary that happens, like, let's say 20 years after some incident between this ice dancing duo, Olympic ice dancing duo. And it kind of talks about like how this duo started, and then how they kind of became Olympic favorites and stuff. It was pretty good. I was actually read that the last day that I worked a arena football game And we were so slow that I read almost like 2/3 of the book before my shift was over. Because I worked during the day, and really during the day, all you're really there for is to answer the phone and maybe sell a random ticket to someone who might walk up to the box office. But since the arena football is not as popular as hockey, I honestly just sat there. I didn't answer, I don't think I answered the phone once. So I just sat there and read my book, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. It was fine. So, yep, well, I didn't quite finish this little section, but I feel like I talked enough, so I'm going to leave it here. And I'm really enjoying this one. I really like the colors. Let me turn the light pad off so you can see. I really like this color here. And this section will be fun because I think this is part of the cat. Yeah, you'll see the cat's face right here. That'll be fun. Oh, there it is. There's the cat's face. So yeah, so look for a few more videos. I have to sit down and edit some. I have a few more unboxing videos still to film. I plan to get more in the tank and then release them. Let me know. So I do plan to show you a few different options on what you can do after you finished a diamond painting. I just have to get one thing. And then I want to show you how I stored the ones that I don't know if I'll hang up eventually, but I need to get them out of my closet. So this storage solution is going to help with that. And then I'll show you how I have displayed a few, finished a few. And then I need to drop off Black Cat Night and get that framed for my friend's birthday or wedding anniversary next month. So those are my plans. I missed y'all. I missed making these. I enjoy talking and chatting. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will talk to you later. You take care. Thank you for your time. Bye.